So tonight we got a little project going on. Got this high quality stainless barrel from a high quality reputable manufacturer. And after about 100 rounds, I still cannot get this rifle to function reliably. I believe it's because there is either a tight chamber condition, maybe a burr or something inside the chamber. Maybe it's not just polished enough to give it a nice clean extraction. So we have this cool little flex hone. I don't know if you're familiar with these, but it's something that I use on a regular basis. You can polish the heck out of a shotgun chamber to aid in extraction. Makes the gun run a little bit smoother. I wouldn't use it on probably a chrome lined chamber, but anything that's stainless or chrome moly you can definitely use it on. And so you just insert it into the chamber and you run it at a constant speed, in and out, and you're going to feel some resistance, a little bit, which is good. This is an 800 grit, so you can't really do a lot of damage. You'd have to really go at this thing hard for a long period of time to do any kind of damage to the chamber. Now, manufacturer of the brush suggests that you use 1030 weight motor oil or some special oils that they'll provide for a fee, of course. What I've got is some Napa 5W30 full synthetic, which seems to work just fine. Part of that is for lubrication, part of it is so that you can collect some of those small dust-like particles as you're working the thing over. And with these, I mean, the effect is so minor as far as the amount of material removed. You can't really overdo it. You would really have to, like I said, go out of your way to try to damage it. The manufacturer of the barrel told me that it might take 200 rounds or so to finally get this thing to the point where it would feed reliably, wear in basically. Honestly, I'm just not willing, because I'm a cheap Charlie, to spend, $200 on ammunition trying to break in a barrel. And so here we are going at it with this flex hone. And then when you're done, when you get to the point where you feel like maybe there's a little bit of resistance, you might want to take a look in there and see if anything's kind of building up. Just kind of got a little cap full of motor oil here to roll it in. Doesn't take a whole lot. What you'll see is there's kind of a gray powder going on in there, and that's just little bits of that material either wearing off of the flex hone or wearing off the inside of the chamber. Either way, no big deal. And then get it back in there. You just want to kind of run it at a steady rate. And it might take you a few minutes, but eventually you can kind of feel it starting to get a little bit less resistance as you move it in and out. So essentially what we're doing here is we're just putting a nice 800 grit, kind of a mirrored polish on the inside of this thing. And then maybe tomorrow, if I have time, I'm going to run out to the range and put a few rounds through it and see if I've done it sufficiently to get the gun to operate correctly. I've done this with a bunch of lower end 5.56 barrels. Done it with a couple of AK barrels that were not chrome lined and had some issues with stuck cases and extraction, and it really cleaned those guns up. So we'll just see how it works on this nice little 16-inch 308 we got here. And it's relatively inexpensive. I mean, if you went down, took your gun to a gunsmith, had him tear it apart, had him remove the barrel, had him run a chamber reamer through it again, and polish it all up again, it's probably going to cost you, $100, $150, plus you're going to be without your gun. This is kind of something that the average person with some very basic tools, as you can see, can do at home. So for a low price, the tool is reusable. It will eventually wear out, but you probably get 5 or 6 uses out of this thing before it's to the point where you wouldn't want to use it on your gun anymore, or it wouldn't be effective. So they're about $39. They come in a couple of different sizes as far as the shaft is concerned. So you definitely want to get one long enough where you don't have to disassemble your entire rifle to do it, or if you don't mind disassembling it, you can get a shorter one. But kind of that's the idea. And so we'll go out and test this thing in the field and come back and do another video of the results.